Hello. Today I'm going to talk about the potential benefits of 417 hertz. If you don't know what a hertz is, it's a oscillation of a sound. I guess that is one way to simplify it. It'd be like if you were to struck a string on a guitar chord, then that guitar chord would move in the sense of 417 times in a second. That's probably another easy way to explain what a hertz is. And 417 hertz is one of the solfeggio tunings. So I'm going to include this in the magical tuning series that I am conducting at the moment. And if you're not sure what solfeggio tunings are, I'll leave a link in the description box below where I talk a bit about the solfeggio tunings. And I'll also leave a link to the previous solfeggio tuning vlog as well in the description box below. And solfeggio tunings run a little bit on vortex maths. And vortex maths, for those that are not sure what they are, or what that is, it's a practice in which you could get a really large number or a small number, and you can reduce it down to one digit. And obviously, being one digit, it would be through the digits of 1 to 9. 0 doesn't really exist in a sense with the vortex maths. And so in the sense of 417, you would go 4 plus 1 plus 7 equals 12. And then you go 1 plus 2 equals 3. So that's just to give you an example of how vortex maths can be worked out in a sense. So with the 417, some people would say that it's associated with the sacral chakra, which is kind of like an energy point within the body. It's just below the navel of the human body. And when you're working with this tuning, it can sometimes assist, or should I say, it can assist with unblocking that energy point, and obviously then can help with any sort of physical, mental, emotional, or beyond that, if you'd like to, if you're comfortable with me using that, spiritual or whatever, aspects that can be associated with that energy point of the body. Now, I'm not a medical practitioner, so me sharing this information doesn't mean it's necessarily going to cure anything and everything. It's just saying that listening to this tuning, maybe at a decibel range that's not too high for, a period of time, maybe on a regular basis, could potentially assist you with your healing that you may be going through or that you're requiring within your life at this moment, in the future, to someone else, la-di-da. I'm sure you get the gist of what I'm saying here. So with that 417 hertz, it can also be associated with the frequency of change. So when you think about major life changes, something that's coming up that needs assistance with, maybe you need a change, maybe you're going through a change, it can also help with the starting of new beginnings. It can also help with the reconnection with yourself and with others. Some say that the sexual energy resides either within that point or near that point of the body, and I guess with that may for some mean that that's a lot of like where your chi, your life force energy resides. Also a lot of your creativity and your desires can also reside within that area of the body. Now, it can also help with removing, I guess you could say, constrictive energy within the body and the environment. When I say constrictive, some might call that more of a negative. I just don't really like to classify necessarily emotions and thoughts to be negative and positive. I prefer to see it as like something could be quite constrictive, which I guess some people might associate it with being negative. So it can help with the constrictive energy within the body and within the environment. Environment could be your home, your community, your office, etc. It can also help with undoing situations that have got constrictive outcomes. So maybe you're in a pattern that usually results in quite a constrictive outcome for you. It's not expansive for you, especially in the immediate sense, or mid-term, long-term. So it can help with that. It can also help with coming out of trauma. Maybe you've been going through a rather traumatic experience, or maybe you have had a trauma from the past in which you are now having to revisit, and to help yourself work through that and come out of that. It can also help with, obviously, cleansing destructive influences and patterns, which sort of relates again with what some of the other points I just made before. And I find like it's very close to the next one that I am going to talk about, and it's not that big of a hertz difference compared to some of the other ones. As we go up the sort of scale. And the next one I'm going to talk about is 432 hertz. There's still, if you've got a good ear, you'll be able to notice that it is obviously a lower hertz than a 432. And we'll go more into the 432 obviously in the next vlog. If you want to learn more about magical tunings, you're also welcome to join us with our online sound healing practitioner course that Robbie runs and I assist him with. And I'll leave a link obviously to that in the description box below. If you'd like to reach out to us because you'd like to join us for an in-person sound healing practitioner course, then you can still reach out to us, and you'd probably be able to join us if you live in Australia. We're based in southeast Queensland. So if you live in that area or close to that area, and the fact that you'd be willing to travel to southeast Queensland to join us for an in-person course, also message us, let us know if you much prefer that than the online course. And when we run the courses, we often like to do it out in nature, outside, in places where magical places, I guess is what we could say with that. And we also offer a more in-depth course as well, where we look at tuning forks in particular, and we go more into a particular topic around medical injuries and things that people have, and I guess patterns and traumas that come from not just maybe from receiving medical injuries, but maybe you're living with people that have received medical injuries and things like that too. And with that one, we tend to run that in actually my home, and it's a rather small in-person course too. So yes, if you're interested with any of that I've just shared, reach out to us.